Alright, this is going to be an installation tutorial for BfBB Sock Expedition Extreme. This can also apply to other BfBB mods in general, so whatever mods like Second Strike or Spatula Collect or whatever stuff you want, this can apply to also. So you need an ISO file, like a disk file, for the original Battle for Bikini Bottom game. And when we put this over here, it'll load up the game. So we need to select this ISO in Dolphin so we can get the files out of it. So you'll click on config. This will give you this list of a bunch of different settings, and you want to click on paths, this fourth one. And then you'll click add. You go to wherever your game stuff is. So I have mine right by my desktop. And you'll select the folder your ISO is in. So this one is in this folder, so we'll select that. And when you do that, the game will show up on your list. So you can just play the game right here. This is the original game, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the game files. So you'll right click on it and you'll click on properties. And then this gives you some settings, but we want the files. You click file system, and here's all the levels. These are all the different levels of the game. So we're going to need all of these. So you can right click on the disk icon and then extract entire disk. And then we can choose a folder like GameCube files. And then when you choose this folder, click select. It'll take a moment to extract everything. When it's done, you can close out of that. And now we have the files here. You'll have a files folder, which has all the levels, and you'll have a sys folder, which has stuff to make it run in Dolphin. So now you can get your GameCube game files for the mod. As you can see, it says files here. I'll shrink the window a little bit. And we want to take these files and put them over the original game. So this one is a regular game, and this is the modded game. This mod doesn't have enough to make the game run. If you try to play this, it'll crash. So we have to overwrite the working game with the modded file. So you'll select everything from the zip file, and you can just drag it over to the original files. And it'll give you a bunch of stuff to replace. You'll click yes or replace it. And you give it a moment. And these are all the changed files. So these ones, like this was modified on March 15th. So it's different than this 4.9 that we just had. So that's how you know they're new files. So when you have this done, the mod is actually playable at this point. We can go back to config, where your paths are, and then you can add in wherever you put the mod and that sys file that Dolphin uses. So you have files, which is all the levels. And beside that, you have sys. And you select that, and you'll know it's this because it'll have the icon on it. And even after that, if you let it load in, you'll notice that the title screen is different. And there you go, the mod is playable at this point. For Xbox users, the same idea applies, where you have to get the files from your Xbox to the PC, which we have here. This came off of an Xbox disc. And then you take the Xbox files and you just paste them over the original files. And then from there, you could put it back on your original Xbox and then load default XBE, and the game will work. If you want to play this mod on, let's say, like Nintendo on a Wii, or you want to use an ISO file, we can do that for GameCube. So you need the GameCube Rebuilder program, and this will let you make GameCube games. So we need something from the original BfBB. So we'll click Image, Open. And you select your original BfBB ISO file. And this has it here, BfBB, and all of this. We want this and system data folder. So you'll click Export, and you can put it to your desktop. It'll say Done. You can do Image, Close. And now we actually need this file. So we can go to our desktop, and system data. You'll copy that, and you'll put it in your GameCube files, alongside B1 and the rest of the other levels, so that you have and system data and then the rest of the game. Now that we have this, we can actually, the program can read this as a game rather than a bunch of random files. So we'll click Options, Do Not Use Game Talk. And this will make it so that you don't need all of these junk files because the mod does not have them normally. And then I'll do Root, Open, select the place. Wherever and system data is, you select that folder. And this will give you the mod, and it says Sock Expedition Extreme. If it's a different mod, it'll say that. If they change the picture, it'll show the new picture. You can click Save. You save the ISO file wherever, so we can name it Sock. And then you want to click Rebuild, and it'll give it a moment. It'll rebuild the ISO file. And when we open this ISO file, it works the exact same. This could be used on a Wii, a GameCube, however you want to play ISO files. And that's it. That's all it is for installation. GameCube, you overwrite the files and then you add it in Dolphin. Xbox, you overwrite the files and you put it back on your Xbox console. Alright,